Hello everybody and welcome to DRL TV. I'm your host tonight, James Fandoff. With me as always is Taylor Butcher Benjamin. How are you doing tonight, Taylor?
I'm doing good tonight, James. It's going to be an interesting race tonight with about 24, 25 trucks here. Really loose conditions with these trucks, especially over in turn 2. That might be Calamity Corner tonight. Although a significant development this week as one of our top drivers, Jeremy Hebel, who's won twice this season in the trucks, announced the other day that he was going to voluntarily step away from league racing for an undisclosed amount of time, I guess would be the right way to put it. So certainly hope everything's all right with him, and we certainly wish him the very best. But what that does is that it opens up another playoff spot if he doesn't return at all for the rest of this season, which could make things very interesting as we see Austin Collins, who was the fastest in practice, currently on the pole with a 31.721.
Yeah, that's right. Family matters. Jeremy has to attend to, which family is more important than racing on iRacing. I hate to say that because we all love to race on iRacing, but right now Austin Collins does have the pole with a minute left. It looks like just about everybody has attempted qualifying. I don't really see anyone else doing so at this moment, as we see Austin Carthen in the 45s, currently 9th on the board with a 32.086.
Just saw Steven Sims spin off turn 4. Of course, Steven, our winner at Iowa.
We see Roy Grande Jr. just waiting till the last second to cross the line. He's going to start in the back. Looks like he's going to set a 37.199.
I don't think Casey Drake's going to get one in time. Looks like he had some connection issues and just now got back in the server, so he'll be starting at the back of the field.
Yeah, Casey Drake also missed last week, so he has some points to make up. Hopefully he can get a win and he won't have to worry about making it in on points for the playoffs.
It was amazing how he was actually leading the points early this season, and he has just had an absolute downward spiral recently, but hopefully he can get things turned around starting tonight, as we're going to bring Austin Collins, our pole sitter, into the booth a full tenth faster than everybody else. I got him right here. Hey, Austin Collins, this is the broadcast booth. You got a copy, sir?
I hear you.
Well, very fast in practice, and you back up your performance in practice by out-qualifying everybody on the pole tonight by a full tenth. What do you like about this track, and what makes you fast around here?
Well, I didn't like it, to tell you the truth at the beginning, but I guess these hotter temps helped me out a bit. Had a little bit of practice before I got in here, and I guess that practice paid off. Just real big on throttle control around here. Make sure you keep the car underneath of you. You should lay down a fast lap.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before we pulled you in. With the condition of these trucks and with how loose these trucks appear to be, what kind of race do you expect? You think we'll have a long green flag run? Do you expect it to be a caution fest?
I feel like start off a lot of cautions. I'll just see car spins in the back or something. Hopefully not up front, because that'll cause a big old chain reaction. We don't want that. But yeah, just a lot of single car spins sliding around everywhere.
We wish you the best of luck starting on the pole with your teammate outside row 2. So a nice showing for you guys. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
And that was Austin Collins, nice pole sitter. As we're going to take a look through our starting grid, we have Austin Collins starting on the pole, Adam Purcell in the 58 starting in second. Jeffrey Meyer, points leader, starting in third, followed by Jarrett Rogers, Austin Collins' teammate, in fourth. Adam Ferry in fifth, Jordan Berry starting in sixth. Corey Sherman will start off seventh, Daniel Holloway outside of him in eighth. P.J. O'Leary starting in ninth, and Austin Cawthon, we talked about him earlier, starting in 10th. Richard Springer 11th, Adam Breeden 12th. Robbie Armstrong will start out 13th, William Wingfield 14th. Steven Sims, 15th. Roy Grande, 16th. Terrence Renee will start out 17th, and Dustin Eichen in number 7 will start 18th. Dakota Wilkins will start 19th, followed by Cody Gasky in 20th. Trent Hull in the 09 starting 21st. Marvin Wingfield 22nd. Casey Drake will be starting 23rd. As you see there, David Wright, he is race control tonight. And Matt Vanderkoy will start 24th.
Casey Drake's difficulties are continuing as he apparently is experiencing more connection problems, and he is DC'd for the moment. Hopefully he can get back in, but the pace car's in the middle of 3 and 4, about to drop off and let these guys set sail. Austin Collins, Adam Breeden on the front row.
As the pace car crosses that line, and we are underway. Austin Collins with a nice start, taking them to green.
Yeah, he was by far the class of the field in practice, so see what Adam Purcell or Jeffrey Meyer could do with them, as already got about a 5-truck length advantage through 1 and 2. Oh, we already got one spinning off turn 2.
That's Robbie Armstrong. Robbie Armstrong's around. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. He just gets loose there, coming out for turn 2. Very unfortunate for him. Let's see if we can get a cockpit view of that. As we're on board with him coming off turn 2, you see he's in that low line there, and he just loses it, just steps out on him as he's entering the back straightaway.
I mean, right there, like, that just shows how much little grip there is, especially around the bottom of the racetrack. I mean, just one turn through the race and we're already seeing issues, but see some damage to Robbie's truck, but I don't think it's too significant.
Yeah, not a lot of cosmetic damage. We don't know what that might have done internally, though, as he did hit that wall. Hopefully he'll be alright. It's still very early, going to have 95 laps about. Hopefully he'll make up some positions by the end of this one.
As Jeffrey Meyer fakes coming to pit road. I saw turn 2 be the real trouble spot in practice, as we see Richard Springer hit pit road from the 11th position. And I think turn 2 is going to be where we're going to see a lot of our issues tonight, especially if you're right down where Robbie was, right down above or underneath that second lane, right around the first lane. It's really slippery down there. And if you get in the gas just a bit too hard, that back end will step out from you.
Yeah, I believe that as this sun sets and nightfall begins, I think the track will get more grip and people won't be losing it as often as we might see in these opening laps.
Yeah, right now the track and the air temperature are the same. They're both 84 degrees, but these guys are definitely going to be looking forward to dropping down into the 70s or so they can have more confidence getting back on the gas. But early on, they really got to tiptoe through these first few laps and race the track more than each other the first half of this race.
I would just like to give a warning to those watching the broadcast. I'm currently experiencing severe thunderstorms, and I might lose power. If that does happen, my apologies. We're going to try to stick through this the best we can.
As the field doubles up.
As we see, Robbie Armstrong was in pits for about 52 seconds. If all he had for damage was about 40 seconds worth, that should not affect him that much.
Yeah, as long as he didn't really bend anything in the steering. He does have a little bit extra time, as the field did not get one to go that time. And it looks like he's coming back down pit road to get additional repairs.
That he is, and hopefully he won't lose his lap and be back for the restart. Taking a look at our point standings prior to tonight, you see there Jeffrey Meyer with 4 wins on the season. He's been having an excellent regular season up to this point. Jeremy Hebel, who we mentioned earlier, will not be racing for the foreseeable future due to family issues. Hopefully he'll be able to get all that taken care of. He has 2 wins on the season. Richard Springer has 2 wins as well. And then 4 drivers with 1 win on the season. Dakota Wilkins, Daniel Holloway, Austin Collins, who's currently in the lead, and Adam Ferrari all in the playoffs at this point. PJ O'Leary is the first driver without a win with the most points out of the remaining drivers. Cody Gasky's right behind him, and Casey Drake currently in 10th in the standings.
Yeah, I expect PJ O'Leary to. I think he's going to break into victory lane pretty soon. Especially, he's shown a lot of speed on these mile-and-a-half tracks. Of course, we saw him win last year at Texas, and also we saw him win in the Winter Series in the K&N car at Phoenix, I believe. So I think it's going to be a matter of time before he breaks into victory lane. And as the field, as the field doubles up, and we'll go green in about a half a lap.
Yeah, definitely a couple drivers I see on the standings page that will definitely could get a win. I see Marvin Wingfield all the way in 16th. He's shown some speed this season. He almost won at Pocono before that incident happened with Thomas Herman. I think he could get a win. And also Jarrett Rogers, I think he could get a win as well.
Still a lot of tracks that still looking at to be some big difference makers. I see Canadian Tire Motorsports Park.
That will be a big one. Anyone that's really good at road racing could definitely get a win there.
And then, of course, after that is Bristol. And you know how much of a free-for-all that place can be.
Hayes car is ducking off. We're about to go racing again. Austin Collins leads him to the line with a great start there by Austin Collins. Jeffrey Meyer will follow suit. It looks like he might be able to get second as they enter turn 1.
Now, it's been a common occurrence thus far this season that track position is absolutely key, especially to control the restart.
As you see Jerry Rogers looking to the inside of Adam Purcell, that will be third.
Daniel Holloway had a bit of a bobble. Almost did the exact same thing Robbie Armstrong did, but was able to keep it going straight.
As you see Steven Sims get so close to that wall right behind them. Daniel Holloway hanging tough with Austin Cawthon. That is a battle for 8th.
Jeffrey Meyer is about 2 truck lengths from Austin Collins' back bumper.
And you see there right behind him, the battle for 4th is heating up as the 57 of Jordan Berry looks to join the picture.
Jordan Berry.
Oh, contact there between the 9 and 29.
Yeah, that was very close. Boy, they're in close proximity again, and Rogers is going to take that spot. I was starting to say Jordan Berry, another one of these sneaky type drivers that is fast, but we've seen him have a lot of bad luck, whether it's connection problems or getting caught up in other people's crashes. I think he's got the potential to possibly be a playoff spoiler. Austin
Cawthon, making a nice pass on the 6 of Corey Sherman there, moving him up to 7th. PJ O'Leary in the 52, 3 wide with Daniel Holloway and Steven Sims.
That's treacherous territory down there, but they make it work.
These guys doing a great job, finally getting some green flag laps underway. Going to be 91 to go as they cross the start-finish line.
Robbie Armstrong, after his first lap wreck, is still hung back here in 20th.
I don't think his truck is down on power. Let's take a look at his lap time. His previous lap was a 30.7. As we take a look at Austin Collins, the leader, he ran a 30.307 last lap, so a little off, but not too bad.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just maybe a little gun shy after that first lap incident, just kind of feeling it out and lock some laps for now. Although, as we've seen this season, sometimes riding in the back, sometimes it gets you in even more trouble. As we see a battle here between Adam Faree and Austin Cothran. Austin Cothran, look at him dive down on that apron. It's really bumpy straightaway. Of course, this is not the repaved Kentucky Speedway. This track repaved in 2016, but it's kind of like the old Texas, how bumpy it is, even in the middle of the straightaway, especially down the front stretch. Cothran's got the nose alongside Faree, and they're going to go wheel to wheel through turns 1 and 2.
I believe this is the only battle we have on track. Everybody else seems to be single file ladders. Cothran's able to make that move, moving him up to the 5th position.
We know Adam Faree can get it done on these mile-and-a-half tracks that win he had early in the season against Wade Hustad at Las Vegas, but ever since then, it's been a really tough season for him, even though he is locked in the playoffs with that victory. But he knows he really wants to
battle for second. Adam Purcell looking to the outside of Jeffrey Meyer. He might be able to clear him here entering turn 3.
Yep, he does, and both of these guys are closing in on Austin Collins little by little.
Quite a bit of gap opened up there off 4. I think Jeffrey Meyer might have bobbled a little bit. As you see Adam Purcell now chasing down Austin Collins, about half a second gap between those two. As we take a little bit farther back, we have Corey Sherman in the 6th, PJ O'Leary in the 52, Steven Sims and the 01 of Adam Breeden, all basically under a blanket as they cross the finish line.
Look at PJ dive down under Corey Sherman. As Terrence Sine looks to join this party, as well as Richard Springer. Springer, one of the very few that pitted under that lap 1 caution. Oh, was Adam Breeden slides right up in front of Terrence Sine, and Sine's going to make a move to his inside. It's a great battle. Oh, yes. Adam Purcell very sideways off turn 4. He almost got the wall. Actually, he did get the wall a little bit. And Jeffrey Meyer took advantage of it and took second place back from him.
You do see a little bit of damage there on the 58 right front, but I don't think that's going to hurt him too bad. Going back to that battle we had with the 29, looks like it's settled down actually, as he's in 6th and Daniel Holloway right behind him in 7th. Going back a little farther, we have Adam Breeden settling in behind Steven Sims. Richard Springer, we didn't mention a whole lot of, right behind Corey Sherman in that 6th.
Oh, right in front of him, Adam Breeden.
Oh.
Into the inside wall, couldn't quite save it. And the caution is out for the second time. So it's 2 dysfunctional Patriots racing drivers to find trouble running the bottom groove off turn 2.
Let's take a quick look at that again. Went back a little ways, but as you see him cross the start finish line, it's going to happen coming out of turn 2 once again. We're going to go into the cockpit view on this one.
It looks okay entering, but just from the center off, it just back end starts to break loose. Almost had it corrected, but then noses into that inside wall, just about like Robbie Armstrong did. They got about the same type of damage.
I think I might have lost the replay on that one. Sorry about this, folks. We'll try to figure out figure it out now.
Well, pit road is about to be busy as everyone makes their way on the pit road.
Yeah, it looks like I lost it. Sorry about that, folks.
Again, bear with us, as JP mentioned before, thunderstorms in his area, so hopefully we don't lose everything entirely.
As we're going to watch this race off pit road here, everybody working on the left side, so it looks like. Let's see who's the first one off. It's going to be a drag race. Jeffrey Meyer looks like, Austin Collins, Adam Purcell, Jared Rogers.
Yeah, very good stop for Meyer. Well, while we have a minute, see who we can pull into the booth real quick. Hey, Austin Cothran, this is the broadcast booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
After starting 10th, though, you've worked your way through the field pretty well up into the top 5. How are the conditions out there, and how are you feeling in your truck, the way it's handling?
It's still kind of slick and slippery out here. It's just driving it in slow and rolling it out. I see a bunch of people driving it in hard and then having to blow it up real fast, and that's just not the fastest way. I just figured out being slow and easy is the best.
Well, right now it's definitely working for you. You feel that you got anything for Meyer or Collins and anybody else up here in the front?
Short run wise, I'm not as fast, but I feel like if we get a long green flag run, I've been faster on longer runs. I feel like I may be able to get up there and shoot for maybe a win.
You're off to a good start. First 20 laps, technically halfway through the field. Best of luck out there, and we'll keep our eyes on you.
All right, appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
What channel were you in again, sir?
Mac Motorsports.
10-4. Austin Cothran, a driver who joined a little bit late in the season. I believe his first race was, Kansas. But he's shown a lot of improvement as well as over the course of the season. Seemed like it took him a while to get used to the trucks and get used to the guys in this series, but he's been steadily improving each and every week. As he's actually being scored in 6th, he must have gotten beat off pit road by the 29 Ferrari. So we're got the 1 to go signal. See what Jeffrey Meyer can do as the control truck. After last week suffering his worst finish of the season at Daytona, but he still enters this race with an absolutely insurmountable point lead at this point. 96 points over Jeremy Hebel, who of course is not here, so in reality increased that to 102 over Dakota Wilkins. That's almost about 3 or 4 full races.
Yeah, Jeffrey Meyer's doing a fantastic job, but that points lead is going to erase itself come playoff time. As the pace car is off, Jeffrey Meyer leads him to the green.
Austin Collins didn't get the best of starts as he's got his teammate Jared Rogers behind him.
Heading in turn 2 on this backstretch 3 wide, the 45, Austin Cochran going to make it 2-for-1 deal entering turn 3.
Yeah, well, he said he doesn't feel like he's that good on the short runs. Well,
Oh, contact,
Austin
Austin.
Collins is going to get spun. Into the wall he goes. A bunch of trucks collected. Richard Springer, Jordan Berry.
See if we can
Dustin
get a
Eichert.
replay of that. Jordan Berry just into the left rear, sends him around.
And overcorrects into the outside wall. That's too bad. Pole sitter.
As we're going to ride on board here with Richard Springer, just nowhere to go. You see Marvin Wingfield able to get through.
And nothing Springer could do is he had the 79 of Steven Sims sitting right there as Sims jumped on the brakes to avoid the 99. Boy, PJ O'Leary just shot through there. We talk about this with Richard Springer. I mean, he seems to be feast or famine. He does have those 2 wins on this season at Phoenix and at Gateway, but been caught up in a lot of other wrecks this season.
Now a quarter through this one. That was the first major wreck we've had in a while. 4 trucks involved.
Not many people pitted right there.
Yeah, it's not really a need either. They were only 1 or 2 laps on the tires.
That was quite a move on that restart for Austin Cawthorn, huh? I mean, based on what he was saying, how he seems to be better on long runs.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to hope to do that another time on this restart and move himself up to second.
Well, now he hopes that Adam Purcell gets a good restart because we saw the outside pole sitter on the last restart, Austin Collins, didn't get a very good start. That kind of started his issues with getting turned around half a lap later. It's like Terrence Sine also got some significant damage in that crash. Didn't see him the first time around. Looking back at the replay, he actually popped a wheelie after he hit the 99 right in the front. And he is retired from the event. Should mention that Casey Drake still has not made it back in. So this is going to be another tough blow for him in regards to the point standings.
Should be 1 to go here, and we're going to go back racing.
Still 19 trucks on the lead lap, although some of them have damage like Dustin Eichert and Steven Sims. Actually, Dustin Eichert is sitting on pit road going 1 lap down. Jordan Berry getting an EOL penalty for being deemed to be at fault for that caution.
Yeah, he just clipped the 99 there on the left rear. Just tough racing, you know, on the restart you want to get as much as you can.
I mean, these conditions are treacherous enough by yourself, but I mean, if you get just a little touch like that, it's not much you can do if you're in Austin Collins' position there. That's too bad after winning the pole and leading the first chunk of this race.
As we did mention, Austin Collins does have a win, so he'll be in the playoffs no matter how he finishes the remaining races.
Yep, of course, that win coming at Charlotte.
Pace car getting ready to duck off on the pit lane. Jeffrey Meyer's going to lead him to the field again. Green flag is out. What a jump there by the 50. Adam Purcell had a decent start. He didn't have any trouble there. Austin Collins going to give him a push at the end of turn 1. Austin Cawthon, excuse me.
Adam Faree is going to clear the 58. And he's going to set his sights on our leader. Oh, is
58 in the wall. That's
Purcell
going to
hit the
make
wall.
everybody go low. Daniel Holloway doing a nice job avoiding that.
They were scattering. They were almost 4 wide for a second trying to get around there, but they sorted it out. Austin Cawthon
Closes the door on the 9.
Jared Rogers, wow. Not sure you could have fit a piece of paper in between those trucks, but they sorted it out. And Austin Cawthon continues to climb through this field.
Let's see.
Oh, got a spin in the back of the field. That is the 79 of Steven Sims, and more crashing down the backstretch now. Marvin Wingfield involved.
Taking a look at the 79. He just... Oh, the 01 got loose in front of him, and the 79 also spun out. So a couple people wrecking at that time. Marvin Wingfield, I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, well, after the caution came out, he got hit in the back by Jordan Berry. Jordan just didn't slow down in time. Not sure that's going to go over too well, but...
He did a nice job keeping it off the wall. I don't think he's going to have that much damage.
Yeah, the 01, he slid into his teammate, Robbie Armstrong, and got him in the right side door. Actually, it looks like about 2 or 3 separate incidents.
Yeah, you see the 01 right there getting loose, 79 getting loose, then the 57 hitting the 19. Just a lot of stuff going on that restart.
Yeah, totally separate, all simultaneous, but the results the same.
As the leaders are coming down pit road now.
Cody Gatsky stayed out to lead a lap. Picks up a free bonus point. Cody coming in here 7th in points. He's been one of those guys this year that just not shown, you know, Superman type speed, but he keeps his truck out of trouble for the most part and is around at the finish. Has 6 top 10s this year. And this is actually the first lap all season that he has led, so good for him. As the race off pit road was won by Jeffrey Meyer, followed by Austin Cawthon.
Yeah, Adam Breeden on pit road for almost 100 seconds now. You see Dustin Eichert almost 450 seconds. Richard Stringer's in the same boat. Looks like Cody Gatsky's going to pit here, so he got his lap led. He's content with that. He'll pit here for fresh tires.
And Jordan Berry coming down pit road again, after getting more damage after running in the back of the 19 truck. Well, 4 cautions in the first 30 laps or so. I guess kind of not unexpected. Excuse me, not unexpected given the treacherous conditions. What about you, James? You thinking the same thing?
Yeah, this track's very slick right now. These trucks are a little out of control coming off of turn 2. Seems to be the focal point when it comes to spinning it. The lights are coming on and the sky is darkening. I think this track's going to get more grip and it's going to be harder racing from here on out.
As we're past 9 p.m. sim time. The track and air temperature is still the same, although there is quite a stiff breeze coming out of the northwest area, about 16 miles an hour. See if we can grab somebody real quick. Hey, Daniel Holloway, you got a copy, sir? It's the broadcast booth.
Yes, I do.
Well, you seem to be running pretty well. I mean, running 6th right now, keeping the truck clean. Talked to a lot of these other drivers, and they feel like these conditions are pretty treacherous, and James and I kind of agree. How are you handling it out there?
Cautiously. I'm just racing the track, and it felt the one good long run we had, I was getting faster as far as what I felt like, and was starting to catch the leader. So I want a good long green flag, see what these trucks really do, and I'm just racing the track, and if I pass somebody, I pass somebody. It's slick out there still, even though it's cooled down, but she wants to get a little loosey-goosey.
I would certainly wish you the best of luck starting here in outside of row 3. So still got 2/3 of the way of this race still to go. Long way to go. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, long race to go still.
And his teammate Jeffrey Meyer out front. Austin Cawthorn second, followed by Adam Faree, Jarrett Rogers in row 2. Pace car drops off. Meyer's been getting a couple of really good starts. Waits a little longer this time, but it's still just as effective.
Nice restart there once again. 29 is looking to the inside of Austin Cawthorn. That'll be to second.
It looks like he should get it off turn 2. Oh, never mind. He's getting sideways. He's spinning out.
He does save it though. Oh,
no. Caution is out. He gets it.
He almost saved it.
Gathered in without hitting anything, but wow. What a terrific job you did keeping it off the inside wall.
Let's see if we can get a replay of that one. I don't think we'll be able to. Let me try this. Alright, on the restart here, we're going to go into the cockpit view. As I enter turn 1.
That looked like an exact carbon copy of Robbie Armstrong.
Did a great job keeping it off the wall there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's certainly got to give him an attaboy there. Especially how narrow it is off turn 2 down when you get below the yellow line there. There's not much room to slide without hitting anything, but he certainly did a fantastic job, and he'll come get him some 4 tires and try it again. That moves Jarrett Rogers up to 3rd, Adam Purcell 4th, and Daniel Holloway 5th. How about Dakota Wilkins? Started back in 19th after starting in the back intentionally and has driven his way up to 6th. Well, last year in this race we had 4 cautions all race. We've already had 5 in the first 35 laps. Last year we also had a lot of Cup drivers dominate the field, Wade Hustad and Chad Presnall. No Cup drivers in the field tonight, however. Just a reminder to those watching on YouTube, if you like what you see, hit the I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Twitch. Hit the subscribe button and give us a like, and you'll be notified when we go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. Of course, our next broadcast will be next Monday with the Cup Series at Loudon. First race with the new package at that facility. Should be an interesting race.
Absolutely, 150 laps at that 1.058 mile flat oval. It's going to be a lot of fun. Be sure to check us out at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And the next race for this series, the DRL iRacing Truck Series, we are off next week, but we'll be back again July 31st for Pocono. That is the Pocono 175 for 70 laps.
We remember how it was at Pocono the first time around. Non-stop craziness. Wouldn't be surprised if we get more of the same. As we should be getting the one-to-go signal this time.
Yeah, it looks like we will as these guys are double filing up.
Wrapping up our fifth caution. 2 leaders, 1 lead change. Of course, that coming with Austin Collins leading the first 20 or so laps, and then Jeffrey Meyer ever since then. Hannah Purcell still hanging in 4th place after scraping the wall a couple of times, once off of turn 4 and another time off turn 2. But the truck still looks to be in pretty solid shape. William Winfield up here in 8th place with a clean truck. And Steven Sims running in 9th after he's been involved in a couple incidents. Still 17 trucks on the lead lap. First truck not on the lead lap is Adam Breeden, who was 6 laps down. And pace car is off, and Meyer will lead him to the green one more time.
Another fantastic jump by the 50 of Jeffrey Myers. He's leading them across the line. Jerry Rogers with a nice jump as well. He's going to edge Austin Coughlin into turn 1. Daniel Holloway right behind them. That'll be for 4th.
And he should be able to clear him getting into turn 3, and he does.
Austin Coughlin not giving up as he's looking to the inside of Jerry Rogers to keep 2nd place.
And just look how loose these trucks are in the middle of 3 and 4.
Almost 3 wide for 3rd. Daniel Holloway looking to take 3rd away from Jerry Rogers.
Boy, this is quite a swarm as we got Dakota Wilkins, Corey Sherman. Sherman got a really good run off turn 2, and he's going to pull even with Wilkins. Holloway now has Jarrett Rogers cleared.
Jerry Rogers cutting the nose off Adam Purcell. Dakota Wilkins right behind them, making a move on Corey Sherman. That'll be for 6. Oh, Corey Sherman loose.
Oh, P.J. O'Leary gets into him. And the caution is out once again, 6th time tonight. Sherman misses the inside wall. Only contact he had was when O'Leary kind of helped him on around.
Gonna ride on board with him. Hear him just get loose there. And then helped around by P.J. O'Leary. Yeah, you see that damage right there on his left rear. It shouldn't be that bad. Should be able to fix it in pits and be okay.
just wonder how much that might affect the downforce on that truck. Of course, there's very limited grip out here anyway. Definitely want that spoiler to be as perfectly aligned as you can. Checking the front end of PJ O'Leary's truck. It just bashed in a little bit. So he was just kind of a victim there, not much he could do. As pit road is pretty busy. William Wingfield's staying out. Try to lead a lap, which I believe he did. Actually, no, he didn't. I kind of made a mistake earlier. I said only 2 drivers had led. Actually, 3 with Cody Gatsky leading a lap under caution. And Meyer first in, first out once again. Adam Purcell staying on pit road for quite a long period of time, though.
So right now, William Wingfield's currently in the lead. Let's see if he stays there, or if he's going to come down and take some tires.
It appears he's going to stay there.
Alright, bold strategy there by William Wingfield. We'll see how that happens. We haven't had anyone stay out all night, so it'll be interesting to see if it works, and if it does, if these guys would try it later on in the race.
I'm not. I'm a little concerned trying to see if that'll work or not. But like Cody Gatsky leading a lap under caution tonight. This is also William Wingfield. This is his first lap lead of the season as well. Going through the stats, 45 drivers now have led a lap in the 2019 Dynasty Racing League Truck Series season. That's pretty competitive. With 12 drivers scoring wins, of course, only 7 points drivers.
Well, that's still a lot when you consider only 12 truck drivers make it into the playoffs. 7 are already locked in via a win, so that leaves 5 point positions available unless another driver or 2 picks up a win before the playoffs begin.
Given the fact that this is race 20 and we've already had a dozen winners, I mean, that really speaks to the great parity this season, of that great parity that this truck series provides. As William Wingfield gonna see what it does on slightly worn tires compared to everybody else, and he picks the inside lane like I would expect. This might help Austin Cawthron on this restart. If Wingfield could get enough of a jump and maybe clear the 50 of Meyer. We'll see. Free pass went to Adam Breeden. He is now 5 laps down. As we saw at Gateway, even if you're multiple laps down, don't give up, because we saw David Wellbore make up 8 laps and come back for a top 10 finish. So anything is possible here. Wingfield hanging back from the pace car a significant amount as it dives off the track on the pit road. Let's see how Wingfield handles himself here as the control truck.
pretty good. Not a whole lot of wheel spin on that one.
And Austin Cothran, he's going to look to take advantage. He's going to dive to the inside of the 83 and take over the lead.
As long as he holds it here, he should have it, and he does. Jeffrey Meyer not giving up, though. He's going to try to get to his inside end in turn 3. Right behind them's the huge stack up. Everybody trying to get around that 83. As you see Dakota Wilkins right behind him, it's going to be 3 wide across the line.
And make that now 46 drivers on the season. This is Austin Cothran's, this is his first lap sled of the season.
William Wingfield
Oh, he's getting sideways. Hang on to it, Austin. Keeps it off the wall, but we're under caution one more time. Oh, almost backed up in front of some people. Stay on the lead lap without any issues, but man.
I'm going to take a look at it right here, entering turn 1. And it just snaps on him.
I mean, we've been seeing that time and time again tonight.
He didn't hit anything, so that's a good thing.
And another solid piece of driving to keep it off the inside wall and almost backed up in front of some people once he finally slid to a stop, but had the whereabouts to not do that. All this does is give Adam Breeden another free pass. Put him back. This should put him 4 laps down. Interesting that William Wingfield is staying out again. That's interesting because it seemed like his mission was accomplished by leading a lap and surviving the restart and getting this caution flag. Kind of surprised that he wouldn't take advantage of it and get fresh tires. Let's see if we can pull somebody into the booth real quick. Hey, Dakota Wilkins, just the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, a very solid drive for you so far, starting 19th and up into 6th place. But we've seen time after time these trucks getting loose and spinning out on their own, left and right. How have you been able to keep your truck under you, unlike some of these other guys?
Just gotta watch, how hard you drive into the corner, how fast you get back on the throttle, and just manage your throttle. That's what I've figured out is kind of key here.
Well, now that you've made it this far up to the front, how much do you think you have a chance to run with Jeffrey Meyer?
I would like to say I have a pretty good chance, but honestly, I'm not sure. I haven't got a lot of long runs here, so still trying to get a feel for it and all that stuff. But past couple weeks I've been wrecked out, so if I can finish here, I'll be happy.
Well, certainly a solid first half of the race as we hit the halfway point. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
And looking through TeamSpeak here, it's interesting to see that Jeremy Hebel, although he is not racing, he is actually in Dakota Wilkins' TeamSpeak channel, still providing support for his teammate. That's still nice to see.
As we're going to be at the halfway point when they cross the line here, should be the 1 to go signal as well.
So Steven Sims, after he's been involved in 2 incidents tonight, he's worked his way up to 4th. Right now, Bad Boys Racing running 1st, 2nd, and 4th with Jared Rogers mixed in there. course, he saw his Highwaymen Motorsports teammate Austin Collins go out early. Certainly trying to pick up the slack for that team. Of course, Jarrett's shown some pretty solid speed. Just still kind of inconsistent at times. Giving that number 9 truck a good run tonight, as we're doubled up and we'll go green with 49 laps to go once they come back around. How about Robbie Armstrong back up into 7th after first lap incident off turn 2, and also same for Adam Fareed. Spun off turn 2 on a restart, and he's back up in the top 5. But still, a lot can happen as we're only halfway through this race. We've had 7 caution flags. Still 17 drivers on the lead lap at this point. Pace car is in.
Jeffrey Meyer with a great jump once again, leading him to the line. Steven Sims pushing Daniel Holloway all the way down the front stretch.
And Holloway's going to drop down in front of Rogers. See if Sims can keep the momentum up on that outside.
Oh, he gets loose.
Dakota Wilkins going to clear him, I think.
That could have been a lot worse than it was. Steven Sims doing a great job saving that truck. Didn't lose a lot of momentum either, as the 29's able to pass him for 5th.
I mean, you can just tell these guys are still on the very edge of control here. Even though it is early in the run. I mean, we've seen tonight a couple of times, not even getting through a corner without somebody spinning out. Right now, the most amazing thing to me is, although we're under clear nighttime conditions under the lights, the track is still at 84 degrees, and the air temp is at 83.
As you see this battle going on for 7th, Robbie Armstrong, P.J. O'Leary, and Adam Purcell.
Well, we've had a lead change. Daniel Holloway has gotten around Jeffrey Meyer.
Teammates, Daniel Holloway, Jeffrey Meyer, 1-2.
That was interesting, going back and looking at it. Like, Jeffrey just, I don't know if he let his teammate go, but he got way high in the middle of 1 and 2.
Battle for 3rd heating up. Jerry Rogers and Adam Fareed.
Looks like Fareed's going to win the drag race as he ducks below on the apron. Again, it's really bumpy down there. And he
just about clears him.
Cleared. Yep, got him cleared right there. And they're just walking their trucks up the track and using every bit of it.
As we go back.
A spin on the front stretch. Adam Purcell back down in front of traffic, and everybody misses him in the back of the field. We're under caution now for the 8th time.
Yeah, he just loses off 4, hits the wall a couple times, slams on the brakes, did a great job not hitting anybody else. He does have some damage.
And mainly on that right rear. Of course, he had that right front damage earlier from earlier encounters with the wall, but yeah, just got a little loose, again, like we've been seeing all night, and just got behind in the steering and couldn't quite catch up with it.
Luckily able to keep his lap, as you see him just right in front of the leaders.
Going back again to last year, we've already doubled the amount of caution flags compared to what we had a year ago in this event. Only 4 all of last year's race, and up to 8 right now. It's like William Wingfield experienced some connection issues as his quality is dropping, and still do not see him, as unfortunately might be kicked here momentarily. But the whole field is coming down pit road for service.
They are indeed.
Holloway overshot the box a little bit and had to back up. Marvin Wingfield stayed on the racetrack to lead a lap.
Gonna watch this race off pit road.
It's going to be won by Meyer, followed by Fareed.
Jarrett,
Holloway,
Stevens.
Yeah, Holloway, after sliding through his box, goes from about first in to about 6th out. That's a shame for William Wingfield. He was having a really solid run. Now let's see what his son Marvin decides to do. Now that he's got his lap led. We saw it didn't really work that great for his father when he tried to stay out and restart as the control truck, but now that he's got his lap led under caution, he's going to surrender the lead to pit right here. See if we can grab a quick word with somebody here. Hey, Adam Fareed, it's Taylor and James in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Well, we saw you spin off of turn 2 early on, shortly after the restart, but he did a terrific job not hitting the inside wall, and you've rallied here and going to take the restart on the outside of the front row. How are you feeling about your chances against the 50 of Meyer?
I don't know. I haven't really had a chance to run a long run against him, so I'm not sure who's faster tonight. We seem pretty similar, so it'll probably be circumstantial.
We've seen time after time a lot of trucks self-spinning tonight, including yourself, but do you feel like you got a better handle on the truck?
Yeah, I mean, the later in the race, the track seems to have more grip, or maybe I'm just getting better at driving it. But yeah, I don't think I'll be self-spinning again. I hope not, at least, because I don't think I can get back up here.
Well, you might not believe this, but the track temperature stayed exactly the same throughout, 84 degrees from the start to right now. So
either there's a lot more rubber on the track, or I'm just figuring it out.
Well, whatever the case, you're coming to 1 to go here, so I'll let you go and see what you can do with a 50.
All right, thanks, Getty.
Where were you again?
Sorry?
Oh, that's right. You were in a minimum speed racing, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, now move you back down. That's the first time in my life I've ever been referred as Getty Buckner, but that's okay.
As the field is double filed up, we're about to go racing again with 40 laps to go. It's going to be a great finish here.
And if we should go green. With well inside the fuel window, so that's not an issue. It's mainly just tires now. And of course, that all-important green-white checker situation, if it comes down to it. See it play a role in several races recently as Meyer gets a good start one more time. Faree moves down and solidifies himself in second in front of the 9 of Jarrett Rogers.
As Dakota Wilkins files into 5th.
Yep, side by side behind him with Robbie Armstrong, PJ O'Leary.
And then just behind them, the 45 Austin Cawthorn and the 6 of Corey Sherman.
Still curious to see who has the long run speed if we ever get a long run.
A little feeds up there, but everything seems to be back to normal. PJ O'Leary and Austin Cawthorn to the inside of Robbie Armstrong. Going to be 3 wide off the corner.
And that settles back down to 2 wide as Armstrong clears himself in front of O'Leary.
Austin Cawthorn able to pass them both. Not quite, as Robbie's hanging on tough on that outside.
Oh,
Robbie in the wall. Oh, and he turns in.
Big crash down the backstretch. Austin Cawthorn actually keeps it. He actually went on his side, but once it came back down, he kept it under control somehow.
See if we can see that one more time.
The 09 truck of Trent Helt had to ride through the grass and trying to avoid all that.
Looked like neck code there between the 3 and the 45.
Yeah, that's what it looked like there. Of course, these two kind of have a history. At Kansas, these two got together and ended up Robbie Armstrong getting suspended for a week. But definitely, I wouldn't say anything additional to that, as it was definitely net code what caused that incident. It all started when Armstrong just brushed the wall off the 2. Well, certainly race control might look into Armstrong coming down off the wall, but it would have been okay if it wasn't for the net code. And again, I am amazed watching that 45 truck get turned up onto its side. At first, it didn't go all the way over, and then secondly, after it came back down, he was able to keep it straight. William Wingfield has reconnected back into the race, but he is 7 laps down, and again, it is quite a shame given how nice of a run he was having.
Yeah, Austin Cawthorn in the pits for over a minute now, so significant damage to him. Hopefully he'll be alright though.
Yeah, so 9 cautions in the first 2/3 of this race, compared to, again, to just 4 last year. See Thomas Harmon in our YouTube chat making a point about how different handling the trucks were a year ago, which kind of contribute to it. Of course, Thomas was in that race, finished top 10. Once again, we remind you that you can catch Thomas and me and the rest of the Dynasty Racing League Cup drivers next Monday at 9:30 as we tackle the New Hampshire Speedway and see what driver claims the lobster. Harmon having a great season, leading the points up to this point. Above his S2R teammate Wade Hustad. And just like these truck drivers, a lot of Cup drivers feeling the pressure of trying to get a win or try to score enough points to make it into the chase. Where 16 drivers make the chase in the Cup Series compared to 12 here, but we're all feeling that pressure, regardless, even if those who have a win, I'm sure they're feeling the pressure to try to get some more because it would help them tremendously come playoff time. But the lights are out on the pace car, and we're going to try this again, wrapping off our 9th caution period of the evening. And we'll restart with 32 laps to go. So far, Jeffrey Myers seemed pretty superior on these restarts. See if he can do the job one more time, as there goes the pace car on the pit road. Adam Farida is outside. Doesn't get as big of a jump. Free only about 2 truck lengths back as they dive into turn number 1.
First 3 trucks single file out. Dakota Wilkins looking to get to the outside of Jerry Rogers, but I don't think he's going to have enough space as Jerry closes the door on him. Going into turn 3, Steven Sims.
Look at Holloway back there making a move on O'Leary. So that might have surprised PJ a little bit, but O'Leary holds on to that position for the moment.
Marvin Wingfield looking to do something with Holloway. He just doesn't have enough track as they enter turn 1. The first 7 trucks are single filed out.
Oh, boy, what a bonsai move that was by Marvin Wingfield. Diving underneath Holloway halfway down the backstretch, and he got the nose alongside, but just can't keep the power down to complete the pass.
Yeah,
that back end slipping out from under him.
Wingfield doing everything he can there to try to make a pass. Just not quite able to do it, as we see PJ O'Leary and Steven Sims side by side as they enter turn 2.
Corey Sherman now takes advantage of Wingfield, unable to pass Holloway, and now Sherman's going to try to pass him, and with the 58 of Purcell breathing down their necks. Some good battles back here.
Austin Costin and Cody Gatsky.
I mean, even though we've seen a lot of self-spins and wrecks tonight, James, I mean, we've seen some pretty good side-by-side racing as well.
Yeah, a lot of these cautions have been solo spins. There's only been a couple car cautions.
Oh, we got a truck in the wall up in 3 and 4, Trent Helt. Everything's A-okay, though.
You see that posted Austin Collins back on track. He's several laps down. Going back up front to our leader. Oh, there's a car on the wall. It looks like Steven Sims.
Steven Sims down in at the inside of the track, staying green for the moment. And now an admin caution now. David Wright, race control, has thrown it.
Looks like he got on the wall, couldn't save it, came back down the track, and Marvin Wingfield helped him out.
Well, that was a pretty heavy hit to the inside wall with that left side of the truck. Yeah, I mean, not much Marvin Wingfield could do in that situation. I mean, he tried to whoa up and get on the brakes, but just couldn't quite stay off of them. And here comes the field on the pit road once again. Everyone except Adam Purcell, who changes his mind at the last second. That's an interesting decision, whether he's going to stay out as he does get that lap led. Jared Rogers overshoots the box a little bit. Meyer's going to be first out, and looks like Dakota Wilkins will come out second. Will he beat Jared Rogers? I believe he did. We've reached the three-quarter mark of this race. 75 complete, 25 to go this time around. See if we can talk to somebody else. Hey, Marvin Wingfield, you got a copy, sir? This is Taylor and James in the booth.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Oh, it seemed to be kind of a wild event for you and as well as everybody else in reality, but for you especially, a couple incident on the back straightaway earlier with Jordan Berry, and now some contact with you in the 79 of Sims. Do you think your truck's still in good shape?
Oh, yeah, I think I got a good shot. We got 20 some odd laps left. I think I got a good shot. Not to win, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see. These trucks are really slick, and it seems like everyone is facing it, and so I think I'll be able to move up a little bit.
Well, we've been seeing that all night long. Trucks getting loose and spinning out all by themselves. Right, it looks like the 58 is still, I'm not sure if he's going to pit here or not, but that'll put you 8th on the restart. Do you think, what lane do you think is better to be on these restarts?
I think the outside, but that's just me personally. I like to run the high line. I don't know how other people would feel, but I like the, and so I'm happy about restarting 8th.
And we see the 58 is staying out, so it looks like he is picking the outside. So we'll let you go. 23 laps to go when you restart here. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good one.
First time we've seen somebody pick the outside line as the control truck. Anna Purcell still looking for his first truck win. Want to say hi to Philip Creech, who is spotting for Adam tonight and is in the YouTube chat. Still feel like this might be anybody's race at this point, James. Even though Meyer's definitely been the dominant figure tonight, it's still up in the air.
Yeah, if Adam Purcell can get a good restart here, he might have a shot with less than 25 laps to go. Jarrett Ryder's on that outside has been strong all day.
Let's see what kind of restart Adam gets. He gets a pretty solid one.
So does Jarrett Ryder's right behind him. He should be able to clear Jeffrey Meyer. We'll see what happens in turn 1 and 2.
See how Meyer fights back.
Adam Ferree on that outside also trying to make a move on Dakota Wilkins for 4th.
Rogers drives it in deep going into turn 3, and he edges Meyer out. He's going to make a move for the lead at the same time. Here he comes.
As we see Adam Ferree passing for 4th. Jarrett Rogers now in the lead. Jeffrey Meyer going to look to the inside of Adam Purcell. And then we have Adam Ferree making it almost 3 wide.
Here comes Wilkins underneath him as we see the 58 dropping back. Oh, Daniel Holloway. Very loose off turn 2. Almost hit the inside wall, but gathered it back in.
Adam Ferree's now up to 3rd. Dakota Wilkins going to take 4th away. Marvin Wingfield going to look for 5th.
Here comes Meyer diving in onto the apron. Jarrett Rogers, see if he can hold him off for 21 more laps to try to get his first Dynasty Truck Series win. Oh, Meyer!
Oh, PJ O'Leary in the wall.
Inside wall. And they're crashing behind him, too.
PJ O'Leary did a great job staying on the brakes there. Everybody able to avoid him. Great job by him. As we take a look at what happened to Meyer. He did hit that inside wall. That might affect him for the end of this race.
Yeah, he hit it kind of harder than I initially thought. But, I mean, he was driving that thing for all it was worth off that corner, but just couldn't quite catch up. Yeah, the left rear spoiler is kind of jacked up on that truck now.
We got some people pitting.
Faking. Yeah, everybody faked right there. Of course, Meyer's going to come in to get that damage attended to.
Trent Helt right behind him, who hit the wall earlier, as well as PJ O'Leary.
Adam Purcell still 4th. Still on slightly older tires compared to everybody else. Robbie Armstrong will get back on the lead lap by virtue of the free pass. I'll give us 15 trucks on the lead lap. And Meyer's sitting on pit road. Wonder how many optional seconds of repair he has. So that puts Jarrett Rogers into the lead. Trying to put 2 Highwaymen Motorsports drivers into victory lane this season. So Meyer and O'Leary stayed on the lead lap while getting their repairs. Although Meyer is coming back down for some more. Now, I told you, James, that it was anybody's race despite Jeffrey Meyer having the dominant truck, and he might have enough damage where he might not be able to come back up there. Maybe, because we have seen some strange things happen in this series. I'd say it's still up for grabs. See if they get one to go this time. Yes, they do. So it'll be 16 laps till we get to the advertised distance. Again, of course, not going to rule out green, white checkers. But again, unlike some other series and unlike official races, we only have one attempt compared to 3 or unlimited. Rogers choosing the inside lane to start on this restart. He'll have Adam Farid his outside. Dakota Wilkins and Adam Purcell in row 2, followed by Holloway, Wingfield, Cothran, Sherman, Berry, and Cody Gatsky at the rest of the top 10.
Going to be 16 laps. Pace car's darkening off. Jerry Rogers going to lead him to the line. Green flag is out. Jerry Rogers with a great jump there. Dakota Wilkins going to file in third. Adam Purcell in fourth. Daniel Holloway in fifth.
Well, Adam Farid almost made a mistake there. He almost changed lanes a little bit too quickly right before the start-finish line, but I think that should be okay as he kind of straddled it.
Yeah, it looked okay to me. We'll have to see what RC decides. As 19, Marvin Wingfield looking to make a move on both Austin Cothran and Daniel Holloway in that 26 truck. Looks like the outside line is going to prevail as Marvin Wingfield lost a lot of steam coming off of turn 4.
Adam Farid gained a little bit of ground on Rogers off turn 2. Looks like about even that time, although Farid is definitely in his draft.
Holloway looking to take fourth away from Purcell.
Austin Cothran's going to try to follow him. Of course, Purcell on the...
Going back up to the lead. Farid's looking. Just has to time his pass right.
Going to try to use the outside to try to generate a big run. I'm sure Jared Rogers will block him down to the bottom. No, he doesn't. He gets on the inside of Rogers.
His nose is there.
Behind him. Daniel Holloway.
Let's see if we can see what happened.
Oh, Austin Cothran made it 3 wide with the 58 of Purcell. And it looked like Purcell, he was well down against the grass on the apron. And we talk about how bumpy that apron is. Although it looked like that was more of Austin Cothran coming down, but I wonder if that contributes to that incident.
Yeah, it looked like Austin was coming down. Purcell might have came up a little bit just to make sure he didn't hit that grass, but contact there no matter what happens, and everybody seemed to have made it out all right. I don't see a whole lot of damage on any of their trucks.
great job after he got turned sideways to keep it under control.
So we're going to have under 10 laps when we go back racing.
We gotta wonder what Adam Ferree is thinking. Man, I had to run. Was gonna make the big move to the inside, getting into turn one, and then the yellow comes out. He'll have to regroup and figure out what he's gonna do on this restart. Well, actually, he is pitting. Some are, and some are not. Dakota Wilkins stayed out along with Adam Purcell and Daniel Holloway, while others, such as Ferree, Corey Sherman, came down pit road. That's an interesting decision. I mean, as important tires are, I mean, it's, oh man, I just feel like it's tough to give up that track position when it's only going to be about 8 laps or so.
Well, as we saw with William Wingfield earlier, he stayed out on all those tires and he got ate up pretty quickly. So these guys on 15-lap tires, they actually might have a challenge with those guys on fresher tires. As we see Adam Purcell, who's in third, he's on 24-lap old tires. He's 9 more than the 2 leaders.
I guess it's going to depend on where Ferree comes out and where he restarts.
Right now, it looks like scoring him in 9th, but I think Purcell's coming in.
Yeah, he actually was given an EOL penalty, so that's why he pitted. I was going to say perhaps he rethought that strategy, but race control had other things in mind. So it looks like Adam Ferree is going to be 8th in line.
Yeah, on that incident, my initial thought was 58 might have came up on that one. Looking at the replay, the 45 looked to be the one coming down, but it is a judgment call by race control. I could see it being both ways. Obviously, I'm not studying it as much as race control is. I believe race control did make the right decision on that one.
Well, even if he hadn't have gotten that EOL, Purcell was in a tough spot, as you mentioned, 24-lap older tires, and all of that was, I wonder if these leaders like Rogers and Wilkins, they might not have wanted to see that, because that would have been an extra buffer truck for Adam Ferree and Corey Sherman and the other guys that are on the fresher tires to have to negotiate through.
It's going to be an 8-lap shootout when they go back racing us. They're going to get the 1-to-go signal here. For those new to watching Dynasty Racing League, we do have one green flag, green-white checkered attempt, So if we get a caution before the final lap, we will go into overtime at least once.
I give a call to Roy Grande here up in 6th. Stayed out on these older tires like some of these other guys, but I mean, I don't see him. I see a little right front scrape marks, but he's done a great job tonight. Staying out of trouble and surviving to the end and giving himself a chance to get a good result.
Yeah, we didn't really mention him tonight. He started in 16th, so doing very well for himself. Hopefully he can get a nice top 10, if not top 5 finish out of this.
I mean, given the rough season he's had to this point, I mean, I'm sure he'd love a top 5 or top 10.
As we're about to go racing here, we'll see what kind of restart Jarrett Rogers can get, because this could be the last restart of the night. As pace car ducks off here. Jared Rogers brings him to the line. Green flag is out.
And a very good start.
Daniel Holloway looking to take second from Dakota Wilkins as they enter turn 1.
Cody Gatsky up in 4th, holding his own.
As we see Adam Free, the first car on fresh tires, he's all the way up to 4th.
If he's definitely not wasting any time. Ooh, as he and 27 get kind of close.
The last thing the 29 wants is a caution right here.
So perhaps coming down and getting tires could possibly be the winning move as he...
To the inside of the 26. He's going to take 3rd away.
He's got 6.5 laps to run down the 44 and the 9.
As we see behind them, the 77 and the 6 of Corey Sherman are battling it out. This will be for 8th. Roy Gonda goes high, though. He's going to lose that battle. Just behind them, Austin Kaufman. Oh, contact, 58.
Brent Helt and Adam Purcell spin into the grass.
That should be a caution. It might actually stay green.
Not
The 58's pretty far off the grass. Onto the grass.
Yep. And we're going to stay green as he keeps it down on the grass. And like you said, James, that's not, well, that, in regards to how Adam Fareed, not sure whether he wants a caution or not, but he's closing on these front two. Well, it's got to be a difficult position for Dakota Wilkins, knowing that a win is right in front of him with Jared Rogers, but he's got fresh tires coming behind him, so he's got to play both offense and defense at the same time as he gets into the wall off turn 2. And that breaks his momentum, and Fareed's going to be all over him. Coming back to 4 laps to go.
Fareed's going to have to do this quickly if he wants any shot at that 9 truck. Going to be 4 laps to go. Looking at lap times, Fareed's only 0.2 faster than Jarrett Rogers. I don't know if that's going to be enough.
He quickly disposed of Wilkins.
Half a second gap between the 2 leaders. Going to be 3 to go this time by. Let's see what the lap times are of Jarrett Rogers versus Adam Fareed. As they cross the line, I'm looking at it here. Jarrett Rogers ran a 32.246. Adam Fareed with a 32.061.
Yeah, another couple tenths, and I mean, boy, that's got to be a pressured situation for Rogers.
Being 0.3 behind him, if he's gaining 0.2 a lap, he might have just enough time. It might be a final lap pass between these 2 drivers. Two laps to go.
Rogers ran a 32.09. Fareed ran a 31.92. So still chipping in ever so slightly, and he's there.
Yes, he is. As we're on board with Adam Fareed. As he dives it down into turn 3. Gonna be white flag.
Look at him get to the run of the outside, and he's gonna dive down low. Jared Rogers is gonna block him.
This race will be official. Oh, 29.
Around into the wall.
White flag is out. There's no caution.
Oh my goodness. Jared Rogers 1 lap away from his first Dynasty Racing League Truck Series victory, and it's not going to happen.
Adam Fareed can coast it.
And Adam Fareed, after getting together with the 9, is going to use those fresh tires, and he is going to score the win at Kentucky, his 2nd win of the season. Wilkins 2nd. Marvin Wingfield 3rd, Corey Sherman 4th, and Daniel Holloway the top 5. And a heartbreaker for Jared Rogers.
Let's see if I can get a replay of that real quick. Alright, so we're on board with the 29 as they're coming off of turn 4. Let's see what happens here. It looks like the 9 came up into him.
I don't know. I mean, well, we knew the 29 was gonna make a big run at him off turn 4, and see if I can get a different angle.
As they enter turn 3. We saw that from the 29's perspective. Let's watch from the 9 and see what it looks like. I'm watching the white dots on the track. I think the 9 came up.
I don't know. I think they kind of both are coming. One going up, one going down. But I mean, again, we're racing for the win. Certainly can understand Jared Rogers being upset. But I mean, I guess looked like the 9 was. I mean, he might have drifted up just a tiny bit, but that I don't know. I think that'd be more on the 29.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be reviewed after this race. But for the meantime, let's pull in our race winner, Adam Furry. Hey, Adam, this is the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy? Hello, Adam? I'm not quite sure where Adam is at the moment. Let's see if we can pull in Dakota Wilkins for the meantime.
Hey, Dakota Wilkins, broadcast booth again. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
You take advantage of guys racing for the win and 29 and the 9 getting together, and you come home in second place tonight after starting back in 19th. Solid race for you overall. Absurd. Was there much you could do to hold off the 29 given the fresh tires he had?
I might have if I didn't get in the wall like a lap before he passed me. I just swallowed the 9 car up into it, and I think I got the worst end of it than he did. But once that happened, I knew the 29 was going to get me and get around me. So I would have been happy with the third, but I'm even happier for second. So I wish they would have taken each other out and I would have won. But considering my luck the past few weeks, a second feels like a win.
Yeah, certainly got to be nice. Points night as well, considering your teammate. Nice to see him in the Discord chat as well as talking you through tonight. But since he's not here, you definitely will overtake him for second in points. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go celebrate this runner-up finish?
Dynasty Racing League, it's the best league I've been a part of, and whether it be iRacing or NR. You guys for doing the broadcast. I love going back and watch them. Everyone watching the broadcast. Everyone watching my Twitch streams. Dougie, Jess, Jay, Craig, Gary. And then, it sucks he's not going to be around, but Jeremy, he couldn't quite win the championship last year, so I'm going to try to do it for him this year and hopefully make him proud.
James, you got anything for Dakota?
No, I think you pretty much covered. I knew on that restart, Adam Furry with those fresh tires, he's going to be passing everybody as quickly as he can. I didn't know how quickly he was going to get by you, but you still managed to get a second place finish out of this, so it was a great run by you, starting from 19th position. We are off next week, so we'll see you in 2 weeks at Pocono, Dakota.
All right, see you guys.
And that was Dakota Wilkins, our second place finisher. Let's see if we can pull in Marvin Wingfield, finishing third.
Got him right here. Hey, Marvin, the broadcast booth, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, despite all the shenanigans that were going on tonight, including at the checkered flag, you persevered through and nipped Corey Sherman at the line by 0.09 of a second to bring home a podium.
I knew it was close. I didn't know it was that close. I wasn't gonna let him have that one. Especially after seeing what happened on the previous lap. That was disgusting. But man, that was a hell of a race. The boys at the shop really brought a good truck, and that was a great.
And we're certainly still trying to break down all of what happened between the two leaders, but definitely controversial, I guess you'd say. But next week we're... Go ahead.
I mean, I was hoping for that, but I was hoping both of them would get taken out. But to be honest with you, but to be fair, that's not something I've ever seen.
Yeah, to be honest, Dakota said the same thing. But we're off next week, but in 2 weeks we return to Pocono, and we know what happened last time you were there.
Oh yeah.
Sure, you got redemption on your mind, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think the Cup guys are racing in that race, but I definitely feel comfortable at Pocono. And I got to be real honest with you, I didn't feel comfortable here all night. I felt like I was skating the whole time. People were complaining about the package. I didn't see anything wrong with the package. I just feel like you got to learn it. That's what being a race car driver is. You learn the package. But like I said, it was like driving on ice skates all night.
Yeah, it's certainly a good point that regardless of what the conditions are, you just got to deal with it the best you can. Got anything for him, JP, before we let him give his shout-outs?
Yeah, Marvin, great race today. Congrats on the top 3 finish, starting all the way from 22nd position. We've seen you up front the majority of the season, and it's only time that you're going to get your first win of the season.
I appreciate that, guys.
Hello?
Adam Faree, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I guess my mic was on mute earlier. So.
Well, we're glad we got you. Marvin, if you stay pert, we'll get your shout-outs in a second. But Adam, walk us through the final restart. You had fresh tires and started all the way back from, I believe it was 5th.
No, yeah, so I went down pit road. I thought everyone ended up back in 8th. I was real mad at myself, but I thought, you know what, if I get a good restart here, I think I can get up to the lead, but I'll probably need the help of a caution. And I mean, geez, even by the time I got up to 3rd, I was over a second behind the 9 car with like 5 to go. I got up to his back bumper on the white, or 2 to go, and coming to the white flag, I was going to dive on, but I knew he was going to block it. So I went high, and he came up to block, and we just kind of touched. I mean, I obviously didn't want to do that, and I think I would have passed him anyways. I was just so much faster on this fresh tires.
Yeah, looking at the lap times, you were about 2/10, 3/10 faster than him each lap, closing in on him. It's unfortunate that had occurred. But Taylor, do you have anything for Adam?
I'm sure this could be talked about in boxing ring, but regardless of controversy tonight, certainly did a great job. I was a little not sure what was going to happen with given the fact how far back you start on that restart with the fresh tires, and the fact that not many others came down with you. But it still is a win. Your second of the season, your first since Vegas. 2 weeks ago to Pocono. Then we had a bit of a rough one there last time, but what's your expectations going into the Tricky Triangle in 2 weeks?
I don't know. I guess I better run some practice. I haven't really raced Pocono in a long time. Even leading up to the race earlier this season, I mean, I just practiced an hour before. Obviously wasn't enough, but yeah, I got to get in the habit of spinning myself out early in the race. I did that at Vegas too, and was able to pull it off. So
That might be that might be your good luck charm, but
yeah, I do want to apologize to the 9, although he did kind of block me and come up into me. But I just feel that sucks that happened for him. I mean, I would have liked to race that last lap. We couldn't race all night. I mean, it was caution after caution, just a frustrating race.
yeah, well, hopefully you two can kind of talk it out, and hopefully everything is on good terms. But congratulations again, and enjoy the off week. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Thanks, Taylor. See ya. Thanks to all the Dynasty Racing League, too. I appreciate all you guys do.
Alrighty, and Marvin, if you're still there, do you have any shout-outs you wanted to give?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to the 9. I know what it's like to get taken out on the last lap, and but like I said, the boys at the shop brought a good team, good truck, and y'all do a really good job of putting this show on, and I appreciate it.
Alright, sir. Well, again, congrats on your top 3 finish. We'll see you in a couple weeks at Pocono, and hopefully you'll have as strong of a truck as you did the first time we were at Pocono.
Oh yeah, I hope we'll be talking then.
Yep. Well, before we go down our final results, I'd like to get a word with the man who looked like he was going to take home the win, but Jared Rogers, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, just one lap away from your first Dynasty Racing League Truck Series victory and free on fresher tires. You definitely was coming, but you two got together coming to the white flag. We heard Adam's take on what happened. What's your version of it?
It just is what it is. That's racing, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely got to be disappointing knowing how close it was. But you think it was more on him or on you?
I'll let y'all be the judge of that. It is what it is. It's racing, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, we can certainly understand the frustration coming so close and ended up 14th, but it certainly wasn't indicative of how you ran tonight up until then. But we go to Pocono after we're off next week. How do you feel about the Turkey Triangle? I know we had a kind of a caution-filled, well, not kind of, but a caution-filled race the first time we were there. What are your expectations?
I'm not really too sure what to expect. Like I said, last time it was a straight caution fest. I'm not really sure how the racing's going to be, so we'll just have to see how it goes.
All right, James, you got anything for Jared before we let him go?
No, not really. You ran a good race up until that final lap. It's unfortunate that sort of thing happened, and hopefully we'll see you in Victory Lane very soon. We've got a lot of good tracks coming up, and I'm sure you'll like to talk to me after this broadcast is over, and I'll be more than willing to. But
No, we're good. It's whatever.
alrighty, well, wish you a great night, and we'll see you next time.
All right, thank you guys. See you.
Understandably so.
Yep, certainly a difference of opinion, as you can imagine. But, yeah, another controversial finish to here in the Dynasty Racing League Truck Series season, but so it makes it exciting, I guess. Certainly, you can look at it from both perspectives.
Alrighty, well, we are running a little late on the broadcast, so let's go through the post-race stuff. Looking at our unofficial results, Adam Ferry, currently your winner, 1 lap led. It was the final lap, that's all he needed. Dakota Wilkins finishing in 2nd. Marvin Wingfield finishing in 3rd with 1 lap led. Corey Sherman comes home 4th, a great top 5 for him. Daniel Holloway finishes in 5th with 4 laps led on the night. Cody Gasky, 1 lap led, comes home 6th. Jordan Berry, 7th. P.J. O'Leary comes home 8th. Robbie Armstrong, who was the very first caution tonight, comes home 9th. Roy Grande finishing in 10th.
Yeah, nice solid top 10 run for Roy Grande Jr. After a tough season. 11th, Austin Cothran in the 45. Adam Purcell, our outside pole sitter, and comes home in 12th. Steven Sims in 13th. Jared Rogers in 14th, although, of course, that was not indicative of how he ran tonight, just 1 lap away. Our points leader, Jeffrey Meyer, led the most laps tonight, but until a late race incident off turn 2 relegated him to 15th. 16th was Trent Held. Adam Breeden, 17th. William Wingfield 18th, Richard Springer 19th, our pole sitter Austin Collins 20th, leading the first 19 laps. And rounding out the rest of the field, Dustin Eichert, Terrence Sine, and Casey Drake and Matt Vanderkoy. Both of those drivers did not make the grid. And that's how it all went down here tonight at Kentucky Speedway.
Looking at the point standings prior to tonight, Jeffrey Meyer is in first with 4 wins. Jeremy Hebel had 2 wins on the season. Richard Springer also 2 wins on the season. And now we can add Adam Freed to the list with 2 wins. Dakota Wilkins, Daniel Holloway, and Austin Collins all have 1 win on this season. PJ O'Leary, Cody Gasky, Casey Drake, no wins on the season, but they round out the top 5 in the standings. As you can see, the rest of the drivers in our point standings. The next race on DRL TV will be the New Hampshire 150 for the DRL iRacing Cup Series. That is at Loudon, New Hampshire, Monday, July 22nd at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The next race for the DRL iRacing Cup Series will be the Pocono 175. That is in 2 weeks, July 31st, 2019. We are off next week. Credits. Thank you to everybody that makes Dynasty Racing League what it is today. James Fandoff, the owner. James Fandoff with financial support. Graphics. Thank you to all the graphics you see on our YouTube, website, Facebook, all of that. Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez are the men that do that. Technical support. Thank you to Jordan Gonzalez and Martin Wenzel. Marketing. Thank you to James Fandoff for the marketing. Broadcast, thank you to everybody that broadcasts on DRL TV, David Wilborn Jr., Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Pandoff, Ryan Branch, who did Cup Series early in the season, Spencer Tart, who has been joining us as of late. He did not join us tonight, but thank you to Spencer Tart, and Mike Springer, who's also joined us. Thank you to Race Control, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Fandoff, Robbie Armstrong, Dakota Wilkins, Ryan Hesgar, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Springer, Eric Weatherholtz, and David Wright, who has stepped up and race controlled the truck series as of late, so thank you to David Wright. Administration of the league, thank you to all the admins, James Fandoff, Getty Buckner, Martin Wenzel, Ryan Branch, and David Wellborn Jr., Well, Taylor, eventful night here at Kentucky. Very loose truck. We saw a lot of solo spins going on tonight. Eventful finish, to say the least. But at the end of the night, Adam Perry is your winner. What are your final thoughts on tonight?
Well, almost kind of an exact situation what we had at Pocono with the lot of single car crashes. Certainly, given the fact of how loose these trucks were with the setup that was provided, and also last lap controversy again. Hopefully those two will smooth things out going forward, and certainly excited to go back to Pocono in 2 weeks for the trucks, and next week to go to New Hampshire. So everybody stay tuned for those, and we'll be excited to bring those to you.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you all for tuning in to DRL TV. This was the Dynasty Racing League iRacing Truck Series at Kentucky. We'll see you next time at New Hampshire. Thank you and have a great night.